This is the very heartbreaking story of Joshua Gwebe, also known as Alabama, a Benue indigene of thief extraction resident in Abuja. On Monday, the 20th of November 2023, Joshua, who was the staff of the National Assembly, had just closed from work and accompanied his boss to his house around the Galadimawa area of Abuja, Brains and Hamas Estate to be precise. After rounding up business of the day at his boss's house, he was dropped off at the Galadimawa junction where he boarded a taxi commonly known as Along to take him to his residence. According to reports, when he boarded the vehicle, he stretched out his right hand in which he was carrying his phone and waved the white vehicle on the opposite side of the road. The taxi driver inquired to know why he was waving a car with tinted glass and expressed fears of being tailed and possibly dispossessed of his car. An argument ensued between Joshua and the driver, who would later be identified as Barka Ibrahim. The argument led to a scuffle. When the driver got to a fairly populated area, he stopped the vehicle, came down and raised a false alarm that immediately Joshua stepped into his vehicle. He slapped him on the chest and attempted to snatch his car. On hearing this, the people around, mostly keke riders, pounced on Joshua and began a mob action on him. Joshua brought out his identity card and tried to identify himself as a staff of the National Assembly, but they never gave him a listening ear. In the process of explaining, an off-duty police ASP was seen on ground. This brought a sense of relief to Joshua, but little did he know that his situation was about to get worse. The police ASP looked at the ID card and announced that it was fake, and the beatings resumed like it never stopped. While this was going on, another thief man named Teso, a boat driver, stopped by to have a glimpse of what was going on. While standing by, Teso received the call and spoke in thief language. When Joshua heard him speak thief, he narrated the whole incident to him. Teso asked for his phone so he could help call his boss since his boss's house was close by, so he could come to his rescue. But at this time, Joshua no longer had his phone because the moment the mob action began, it was snatched from him. On hearing the conversation between Joshua and Teso, the police ASP accused Teso of being an accomplice and forced him to lie on the ground. While all this was going on, a police patrol team came on site. Upon arrival, the ASP narrated the whole incident to them, and instead of listening to the pleas of the accused, they forcefully bundled Joshua and Teso into the police van with their hands handcuffed behind their backs. Upon arrival at the station, they took Teso to the interrogation room. When they tried to get Joshua to go to the interrogation room, they found him unresponsive, and the police officers on ground accused him of pretending to be unconscious. Later on, he was taken to the hospital. The doctor pronounced him dead on arrival. When he was declared dead, the police then converted the taxi driver, who raised the false alarm, from being the complainant to the prime suspect in the case. Barka Ibrahim, who is now the prime suspect, is in detention at the time of making this report.